What is going on, everyone? Welcome to today's live stream. Hope all of you are having a good day, good night, good morning, good afternoon. It looks like Pepe 2.0 is currently pumping, making new all-time highs. So if you're now tuning in onto the channel, go ahead and do me a huge favor by smashing that like button for me. It's completely free, doesn't cost you anything, and definitely does help support the channel, especially now that we got that $20,000 loss on Grok. Speaking about Grok, it looks like Grok is also pumping. So dude, it just looks like I just got hit in the back end. Literally, as soon as all that shit happened, then the markets begin to pump, right? And I mean, that's part of the game. So congratulations to everybody that did take some massive profits. Actually, today is my last day here in vacation, so definitely will be heading back home. You could be expecting a lot of more consistency, and I will be live streaming multiple times, so definitely be looking forward to that. Let's go ahead and see if we are officially live. It looks like we are officially live. If you are now tuning into the live stream, go ahead and do me the huge favor by smashing the like button for me. And as always, go ahead and support the channel by using my MEXC link down below. $20,000 in sign-up bonuses, no KYC, and literally takes less than 3 seconds to create an account. It does help support the channel. And I also want to go ahead and say thank you all. We're really close to getting to our goal of literally getting monetized. I think we could go ahead and achieve that by either this week or by the end of next week. So I'm really excited to go ahead and start getting monetized on YouTube. There's going to be a lot of changes coming in, and yeah, really excited for what the future brings us, especially with this whole entire crypto journey that we're going to go ahead and be able to experience together with the bull run. I do believe there is some sort of bull run coming, maybe, but we're going to go ahead and see how things go. We're going to go ahead and talk about Pepe 2. Today is going to be a quick little live stream because I am getting ready to go ahead and pack. I still have to go ahead and pack up my whole entire setup right here that you actually see, so I could go ahead and head back home. And as well, I do have a meeting in about like an hour, so I definitely do need to go ahead and run through today's live stream. I wasn't going to do one, but I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and rush a quick little live stream. So I hope all of you are enjoying your day today, or your night, or your afternoon, and most importantly, I hope you enjoy this live stream today. So let's go ahead and talk about Pepe 2.0 because, and let's be honest, that's really the only reason why you're watching this live stream right now. So let's go ahead and talk about Pepe 2.0. Currently not in any positions. As I told you, I got fucking wrecked these last couple of days, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and start all the way from zero, and I'm gonna go ahead and have to start my portfolio all the way down from the beginning. But you know, fuck, dude, we're at 49 million market cap, so 49.82 million market cap, 2.56 million of liquidity. Holders don't really seem like it has grown, but look at that freaking volume, 1.74 million of volume, looking freaking juicy. So I did mention that the psychological area was 40 million market cap. I think as soon as we could go ahead and hold above that, if we could go ahead and hold above this thing's going to definitely go ahead and rocket to 100 million plus market cap. As I mentioned, its all-time high on Pepe 2 was about 95 million market cap before it dumped all the way down to, you know, 2 million market cap where we all entered. So Pepe 2.0 is looking extremely bullish in my opinion. Obviously, none of this is financial advice, so go ahead and take all of this with a grain of salt, and definitely go ahead and be very careful right now with this volatility. But you know, one of the exchanges that you could actually go ahead and trade Pepe 2.0 is actually MEXC, and as I mentioned, they are giving $20,000 in sign-up bonuses. It does help support the channel, no KYC, and you could go ahead and leverage trade Pepe 2.0 in this platform right here. And as I always mention, it does help support me, so definitely go ahead and check out MEXC if you are looking to go ahead and enter a trade on Pepe 2.0. But Pepe 2.0 breaking through that freaking resistance as we talked about. Now we're going to go ahead and be looking forward is looking for an area of support. Typically when we have breakouts like this, it's really cool, but it's also one of the best ways to go ahead and get wrecked. So be very careful moving forward. If you haven't entered a trade right now in Pepe 2.0, ideally I wouldn't be entering one right now. I would go ahead and wait for it to retrace. It looks like it has retraced from like 0.18 or point something down around the 0.11, so it is looking pretty good. It looks like now it is taking that little dip where there's a lot of profit taking, as you could go ahead and see. I am slightly also lagging, so I really do apologize for that. So let's go ahead and switch over to trading view right now real quick, and let's go ahead and take a look at Pepe 2.0. Let me know if audio is pretty good for all of you as well. So Pepe 2 right now, looking at the charts. Let's go ahead and pull that out. Look at that freaking chart. Looks freaking amazing. As I mentioned on the daily, it did look like some sort of cup and handle pattern forming. And dude, this is like literally textbook right here. Like this cup and handle is like literally textbook. Like congratulations to all of those that actually ended up buying that Pepe 2.0 dip right here from the bottom. That is a little bit over 3x almost, and with leverage, that is freaking insane. So let's go ahead and take a look at the shorter time frame right now. Looking at the 30-minute chart, I see it looks like right now it is looking for its area of support right now. So support hasn't been established yet. We could go ahead and say ideally maybe support might be around the 0.10 to the 0.11, but I would go ahead and say if you're looking to go ahead and enter a position, I wouldn't enter one right now. I would go ahead and wait for it to go ahead and drop and find its area of support. Potentially could be down right here to the 9s. So definitely be on the lookout for that. That's on the 15-minute chart. Let's go ahead and look at the 5-minute chart. And the 5-minute chart does look like this is a good buying entry. So it just really depends on what kind of what your trade setup is going to be. If you are looking to go ahead and make a quick little swing trade, I would go ahead and wait and see if it holds its support around the 0.11. And if it doesn't go ahead and hold above it, we are more than likely going to go ahead and touch 0.10. And if it doesn't hold 0.10, then the next zone would be 0.9, which would be a really good entry. So definitely be on the lookout. I think we might go ahead and dump down to these areas one more time. Right now, a lot of profit taking is going on, and probably a lot of greed is coming in. So it's definitely probably more than likely going to go ahead and drop it to these zones. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but more than likely, if support doesn't hold around this zone right here, then we are going to go ahead and touch these zones right here, which would be really good buying opportunities for many of you, right? If you're using spot trading or trading on a decentralized exchange, ideally, I wouldn't want to try to time the market, honestly. I will be honest with you, because it's really difficult, especially with the gas prices and all that. But you're talking about a 0.22% drop, which if you're doing spot, it's not that big of a deal. But if you're trading leverage, a 0.22% pump or dump is freaking insane. So I would just go ahead and wait for this to go ahead and play out before entering a position. And looking at the 3-minute chart, it also looks like it has, or at least it's trying to find an area of support. More than likely, it's probably going to go ahead and reject it and enter these zones right here in order for a lot of more whales to go ahead and get into, because it does look like it did hit 0.14, which is really good. So all-time highs on Pepe 2.0 is looking freaking amazing. Congratulations to all of you that actually jumped into that position. And if you guys haven't jumped into it, I would just say be patient and wait for an entry. Hopefully you could go ahead and find some sort of entry. So the problem is when it comes to markets like this, we really don't know where the top or the bottom is, and looking for an entry sometimes very difficult, right? So usually when you want to go ahead and take advantage of trades like this, or even breakouts, you want to go ahead and enter before the breakout actually happens, and you actually minimize your risk if you're entering around the zones right here. Once you start entering around these zones right here where the breakout actually happened, you're actually taking a bigger risk with a lower reward. So you're more than destined to go ahead and get wrecked if you enter around the breakouts around this area right here. So just be very careful. As I mentioned, a lot of money to be made in this market. But quick little update on Pepe 2.0. Everything's looking freaking amazing. 49% pump for the day. Let's go ahead and see what's going on overall. If you are joining the chat, go ahead and comment down below. Let me know what you think. Have you made some profits on Pepe 2.0? Have you not? Let's go ahead and see what else is freaking pumping from our watch list. We also do see Grok slowly pumping up as well. We see Ethereum up 2%, which is freaking ridiculous. People still trading that. I'm sure it'll probably come back, especially if they do have leverage on Ethereum. Let's go ahead and see where Bonk looks like it took a little hit, but up 16% on Bonk, which I did mention this is a pretty good project to jump into if you were looking into the Solana Inspire tokens or the projects that run on Solana, right? So Bonk actually is pumping as well. So a lot of you must have made a lot of money today. Congratulations to all of you that did. Tillery, good morning, bro. How's it going? Volume's a little too low. Jonathan, yo, smash that like button. Tillery, volume is low. Got it. How's volume right now? Is volume pretty good? Volume pretty good. Welcome. I see a lot of people coming in on chat right now. Go ahead and smash that like button for me. I really do appreciate it. So it looks like Starship's down 45%. Grok is actually up 22%. Bill, how's it going, Bill? Hope you're having a good one. Can't hear you. Perfect. Can or you can't? Awesome, possum. Yeah, dude. Dude, this is freaking ridiculous how I got wrecked on fucking Grok, man. You can't make this shit up, but I mean, we're gonna come back stronger. I know that for a fact. We're going to come back stronger from this downfall, and it's nothing but up from here, right? It's nothing but up from here. So definitely looking forward to that. But Grok does look like it is entering some sort of area of resistance at the moment. So we're gonna go ahead and see how it holds up around this area, possibly some sort of head or cup and handle pattern on the 4-hourly, but it also looks like some sort of breakout. I would go ahead and wait right now with Grok. I did hear that the developer is going to go ahead and be burning some tokens as well, so that could definitely go ahead and push Grok to all-time highs. As I mentioned, my price prediction for Grok will be a little bit over around the 0.25 zone right here. So that's, if you measure it from here to there, that's about a 2x, and with leverage, this is freaking insane. I'm not sure if I'm going to touch Grok ever again, to be honest. So I wish I would have just stuck to, trading Pepe 2.0, because that's what I understand and that's what I know. And honestly, if I would have never jumped into Grok, I probably would have still been, in a lot of longs, probably making bank load of freaking money right now. But it is what it is. It's part of the game. You live and you learn. Cheers, by the way. Starting off my day with some Jack and Coke. Getting ready to go ahead and pack up. So market's looking pretty good, at least on this end, because I do notice that. Let's go ahead and check crypto bubbles real quick. Market's taking a hit, right? So market is taking a hit. A lot of these alts that we actually talked about yesterday are taking a massive hit, so this could be some sort of buying entry for a lot of these altcoins. I am going to be patiently waiting. Hopefully, as I mentioned this week, I could go ahead and get back into trading. How's it going, Happy? Bill says, I can hear you now. Perfect, man. I apologize for that. Happy, how's it going? Good morning. Thank you, John. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you for tuning in today. So right now, it looks like a lot of these altcoins are taking a little bit of a hit. Ideally, as I mentioned, I would like to go ahead and see the market take a hit and actually come down, because that's actually the most healthiest thing, in my opinion. Doesn't mean that it needs to happen. When we have markets pumping up forever, it's a higher chance of a lot of you getting wrecked. And most importantly, it's also very difficult to go ahead and enter trades, at least in my opinion, right? There's people that know how to trade these momentums. I really don't. I only like to trade things that I understand. And it's usually certain breakout patterns or breakouts that I look for when I'm entering a trade, depending on what the market is telling me. But overall right now, the market, to me, I think this might be some sort of buying opportunity. I do think altcoins could go ahead and dump a little bit. I did mention that I would like to go ahead and see a 40 to 50% dump. I don't think that's going to happen, though, realistically. So even if we could go ahead and get like a 20 to 30% dump, I think it would be very, very healthy for the market. And it would go ahead and show us some sort of area of support, because it seems like a lot of these altcoins have just been pumping like crazy, right? Meme tokens are a little different, but with altcoins, I do think they do need to go ahead and take a breather at the moment. But let's go ahead and take a look at the fear and greed chart right now at the moment. I do see a little bit over 15 of you currently watching right now, only 5 likes, so definitely go ahead and smash that like button for me. It does help support the channel. It really, really does. Trust me. Something as simple as smashing that like button, it's completely free, and it does help support me, especially after that $20,000 loss I took from Grok. So definitely smash that like button. We have 8 likes now. Continue to smash that. But currently right now, looking at the fear and greed chart, we do see that we are currently sitting at greed. Yesterday we were at greed with 69, and last week we were at 73 with greed, and last month we were at freaking neutral. You can't make any of this shit up. So next update is going to be about 5 hours. As I mentioned, I do think that this market needs to go ahead and needs to cool down. It doesn't mean it has to happen, and that means that there's a possibility that it might not even happen. It might be a possibility where all these altcoins and meme tokens just continue to freaking pump, which it's kind of a good indicator in my opinion, because it does tell us that definitely the market is feeling a little bit more risky, and they're willing to go ahead and risk a little bit more money. So that means risk on is currently in the market. I mean, we're seeing the stock market freaking making new all-time highs as usual. Gold and silver taking a little bit of a beating. We see the Forex market pumping as well, and everything's looking freaking amazing. Let's go ahead and take a look at the DXY right now. And as always, go ahead and feel free to comment down below any other project you want me to go ahead and talk about today. It doesn't have to be anything that's titled. If you want me to go ahead and do TA on any altcoins or anything specifically, go ahead and comment down below. But looking at the DXY, it looks like we are approaching that 103 zone. Let's go ahead and look at the daily real quick. Daily is looking freaking beautiful. Like literally everything's aligning to a T, as we've been talking about these last literally month and a half. We've been talking about the DXY approaching these zones since October, and that's actually the reason why around October, the beginning of the month of October, I was willing to go ahead and take on more risk, because during this time right here, I wasn't really talking about meme. I was talking about meme tokens, but I wasn't encouraging people to go ahead and buy meme tokens or any altcoins. And then once we enter this phase right here, this is where I started encouraging more of you to go ahead and start taking on more risk, because it was giving us an indicator that the market was feeling a little bit more risky, right? Because we had Bitcoin pump, and then the higher obviously Bitcoin pumps, the more profits are taken. Then we have Bitcoin dominance switch over into a little bit more into the altcoins and meme tokens, where more people are willing to go ahead and take risks. So I think right now we are entering some sort of risk on market, which is a really good indicator. That means more investors, more whales are willing to go ahead and take on more risk because they already made their money from Bitcoin, right? Let's go ahead and read some questions real quick. Maybe whales will short till Black Friday. When is Black Friday, by the way? Is it this week? So good morning, John. Good job. Thank you very much. So Saeed, we are going all the way up. Let's go. 100%, bro. I definitely do think that we are going to be having some sort of bullish rally right now. It is giving us literally every freaking indicator. Bitcoin's doing okay. The DXY is doing freaking amazing, what we needed to do. And it looks like the stock market's freaking loving everything that's currently going on. Go ahead and smash that like button for me. I do see a little bit over 19 of you currently watching and only 8 likes. As I mentioned, it does help support the channel. So go ahead and smash that like button for me. But yeah, the DXY is looking good overall. I think there's nothing to go ahead and be bearish. I think once we do need to go ahead and start getting bearish is once we start entering these zones right here on the DXY, and if we see any sort of reversal, obviously we do need some sort of areas of resistance to go ahead and break above. But it also looks like we might be entering an oversold territory on the RSI on the DXY. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen 100%, but I did mention back over here when the RSI did enter the overbought territory, I did mention that past history has shown us the DXY typically goes down, and that's when crypto goes up. And typically when the RSI does go ahead and touch these areas of the oversold territory, then that's when we start seeing crypto take a hit. So we could be expecting some sort of some sort of rally, unless we see like a full-on decouple where like the market doesn't fully care about it. But we could go ahead and expect the DXY to possibly, be having some sort of reversal. Just the question is, where is it going to be the reversal? Is it going to be on the 102? Is it going to be down over here at the 101? Obviously, in my opinion, I would like to go ahead and see some sort of reversal in the DXY just to go ahead and make these markets as healthy as possible and as bullish as possible. So ideally, we wouldn't want this market to continue to rally up forever, or vice versa, right? We need to go ahead and see some sort of healthy correction in order to go ahead and get more whales into the market in order to push this market up higher, right? Because if this market continues to go up forever, and we're just going up forever, it's going to be very difficult for a lot of these whales to enter trades. And it also means that a lot of people are going to get wrecked. And when people get wrecked, that means there's not going to be enough money in the market for people to trade. Kind of like what happened with me, right? So we definitely do need to go ahead and see some sort of correction. I can't tell you when. I can't tell you if it's needed. I think, in my opinion, we need one. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen, right? This market could literally just rally. Bitcoin could go ahead and hit $60,000, $80,000 and above, and all the altcoins and meme coins, pump as well. So it doesn't mean it has to, but to go ahead and have a little bit more of a healthier, correction, I would say that it is needed for this market to have a little bit of cool off, because we are seeing on the fear and greed that we are currently in greed. And we definitely do not want some of that. We want to go ahead and take a little breather, let more whales enter this space now that we have the confidence coming in, and then we have the volume and the momentum to go ahead and push the markets even further, because we don't want to go ahead and over exhaust the whole entire market, right? Because when we're approaching areas like this, it's like, think about driving a car and you're like literally at empty, right? If you continue to drive it, you're eventually going to go ahead and exhaust it. It's going to run out of fuel, and it's no longer going to go ahead and run, right? But if you go ahead and refuel it, then it's going to have a couple more miles to go, and that's what we need to go ahead and see, in my opinion, with the whole entire market overall. But market looks kind of half and half. Some tokens are taking a dump, but it looks like maybe a buying opportunity. Pepe 2.0 doing its own thing. So overall, market's looking good, in my opinion. And if you want to go ahead and support the channel, as I always say, go ahead and make sure to use my MEXC link down below. $20,000 in sign-up bonuses, no KYC. It literally takes less than 3 seconds to create an account. And if you want to go ahead and reach out to me on Twitter and talk to me, go ahead and reach out at ALTCOIN John, and feel free to DM me anytime. I definitely do want to go ahead and communicate with every one of you. But look, shout out to Billy, man. 131% for this week, 181% on the month. So, stock market's rallying up as well. I mean, it's playing out perfectly. I think what's going to happen is that this market's definitely going to go ahead and push to the upside due to the fact that we have Wall Street. Wall Street wants to go ahead and take a lot of their Christmas bonuses and all their holiday bonuses before the end of the year. So they're going to go ahead and do whatever it takes. The Federal Reserve is going to do whatever it takes to go ahead and continue to rally up this market for the big dogs to go ahead and make all their money. You know what I mean? So I do think overall the market is definitely going to go ahead and continue to pump. We could go ahead and start seeing a sell-off maybe towards the end of December, as we usually do, and then have the other rally, moving up to the first quarter of the year. So I think overall everything's looking pretty bullish, and just be on the lookout. There's not really much we could go ahead and talk about. We're going to go ahead and see how this market reacts. As I mentioned, I am actually getting ready to pack to go ahead and go back home right now. So I just wanted to go ahead and do this quick little live stream just to go ahead and update every one of you and just keep you updated with my thoughts of what's going on in the market. I mean, overall with Bitcoin, I did mention since forever around these zones right here. I've been so bullish around Bitcoin around since these areas right here, mentioning how there was some sort of, cup and handle pattern actually forming. We saw some consolidation and we finally saw the breakout. So I do think that, Bitcoin still has enough room to go ahead and push to the upside. We have the Bitcoin halving. We have, I think, the U.S. elections too coming up this year. So there's a lot of, honestly, like everything's lining up. Like literally, I always make fun of like the stars aligning, but it literally almost is. Like the stars are literally aligning for all of us. So just be very, very careful in this market. Don't over leverage yourself. Be very careful right now. There's a lot of volatility in the market, a lot of money to be made, but more money to be lost. So be very, very careful. Right now, I think this is the time to enter a trade, get in and get out. I wouldn't hold on to many of these positions just because the market could go ahead and change literally like overnight. I mean, we've seen it happen over time. Shit happened to me with Grok. You know what I mean? Grok was looking perfect, and then the contract got exploited, right? It's like I really couldn't do anything to prevent it, but have a stop loss. So just be careful, moving forward. Jonathan's Wojak is really a risky play. Yeah, I wouldn't touch Wojak right now, man. Wojak is really low in volume. I wouldn't touch Wojak at all right now. I wouldn't touch Wojak. Trust me, I was in Wojak and I was super bullish in Wojak. But when you actually go ahead and look at Wojak, you kind of actually see that a lot of the volumes being artificially pumped. There's really no interest into that. So when you do go ahead and make your profits in Wojak, you're more than likely going to go ahead and get wrecked. So I wouldn't be touching Wojak at all. It does look like some sort of pattern is going to be breaking out very soon. But Wojak just gives me, look at this. Look at the 5-minute chart. You can just tell that this is being artificially pumped. Like this is some sort of AI or some sort of bot, trading this back and forth. So it's not looking good overall, in my opinion. So just be very, very careful with the whole market, but I wouldn't enter that at all. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it was a quick little chat. I wanted to go ahead and talk to every one of you. I still have to go ahead and get, ready to pack, and I have to go ahead and get going. But as I always mentioned, make sure to go ahead and support the channel, smash that like button, subscribe, use my MEXC link down below, $20,000 in sign-up bonuses, no KYC, and we're very close to getting monetized. So let's go ahead and push for that goal of getting monetized this week. We're literally probably around 200 hours away. We can literally hit that in 1 week. So that's going to be a really, really big goal for myself to, finally get monetized on YouTube. And then the next goal will be achieving, 10,000 subscribers and 100,000, and yeah, so on and so forth. So really excited, really thankful for all of you. Wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for any of you. So go ahead and smash that like button for me, and I'll go ahead and catch all of you once I get back home. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.